Our diplomatic corps and development partners, friends and colleagues at the international community. We stand here to update you what's happening on the ground for last few days, especially yesterday. As you know, as a country, Bangladesh and 200 million people, we are under siege for last 15 years. And the simple reason for this political deadlock and a stalemate is there is no elected government in the country for last 10 or 12 years. We never had elections since 2008. And the single demand the whole nation got united under is to seek a free, fair, credible and participatory election. And the only way that can happen is to form an election time interim or neutral caretaker government. And the division among the nations is, under the leadership of the main opposition parties and the smaller parties, is to have the regime to resign, hand over power to an election time government, parliament be dissolved and election to be held. And the other way around, the regime is persistent in their demand in the name of the constitution that they are not happy to hand over power and have the election under a free, fair caretaker government. And that is a stalemate. And in that regard, not only the BNP and other opposition parties, we also have been demanding and calling upon the regime to resign and hand over power. And in that light, we had a democracy, pro-democracy, gathering around in the city of the crowds and the millions stand up, not only from within the city, from across the country. Millions of people came here to demand single thing, that we want free, fair election. And that simple, peaceful demand has been come under severe crackdown by the police and the ruling party affiliated organizations. You have noticed yesterday, as from the international medias, that our demonstration and the meeting was about to close. And in the meantime, police came with severe lethal arms and tear shells and endless and countless sound grenades, which had not only injured the people watching over the streets, but also our leaders and activists. More than dozens of our party activists have been injured, who had to seek not only primary aid, but also to be admitted briefly at the hospital. We strongly condemn the violence. We strongly condemn what happened, the brutality upon the police officers. One of them had been killed and many others have been injured. We also condemn the other side of it, those who have been injured and wounded by the police brutality and the crackdown. We feel to resolve this crisis is through dialogue and conversation between the ruling party and the opposition activists. Not only the police of this regime had fired bullets, live ammunitions yesterday, but also shut down internet service, mobile service around the opposition rallies where the place is held. And sadly, there was no communications. No activists were able to make any live of the demonstrations and what's happening around the rallies and the police crackdown.
লাইভ করবা তখন অন্য কাজ করবা না তুমি প্রায় সময় দেখি আমার মনোযোগ চেক করি তুমি দেখি অন্য কাজ